We must reject not only the stereotypes that others hold of us, but also the stereotypes that we hold of ourselves. I ran for the presidency despite hopeless odds to demonstrate the sheer will and refusal to accept the status quo. I want history to remember me not just as the first black woman to be elected to Congress, not as the first black woman to have made a bid for the presidency of the United States, but as a black woman who lived in the 20th century and dared to be herself. I'm looking to no man walking this earth for approval of what I'm doing. I love America not for what she is, but for what she can become. When morality comes up against profit, it is seldom that profit loses. Health is a human right, not a privilege to be purchased. At present, our country needs women's idealism and determination, perhaps more in politics than anywhere else. Defeat should not be the source of discouragement, but a stimulus to keep plotting. If they don't give you a seat at the table, bring in a folding chair. Laws will not eliminate prejudice from the hearts of human beings. I have never cared too much what people say. What I am interested in is what they do. When I die, I want to be remembered as a woman who lived in the 20th century and who dared to be a catalyst for change. Take away an accident of pigmentation of a thin layer of our outer skin, and there is no difference between me and anyone else. The next time a woman of whatever color or a dark-skinned person of whatever sex aspires to be president, the way should be a little smoother because I helped pave it.
Guess who's back? Back again. Yes. Dion's back. Tell your friends. Guess who's back? 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 Hey! What's up, everybody? I have missed you so much. I want to thank each and every one of you who have reached out to me during the much needed time off and also reached out to me out of concern what was going on with the Progress Report and the Progress channel and genuine love and support. Thank you so much for all of you. I also have to thank my friend Taylor Neptune for filling in for me earlier this season. Alongside with Brett Jacobs. Thank you so much to both of you who they interviewed Adrian Tam. Thank you so much. Yeah, that was a great show, great episode. If you didn't see it, make sure you get out there and see it. But I'm going to say this, happy Black History Month. Oh, yes. Say it loud. Hey, I'm Black and I'm proud. Woo! Say it loud. Hey, I'm black and I'm proud. Ah, ah, ah. Baby, 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 baby. It is Black History Month. And let me just tell you, I celebrate Black history all year round. I'm unapologetically Black all year round. Let me just let that be known to each and every one of you out there. However, but this is the month where we can be, as a collective, unapologetically ourselves and call everyone out for their BS, which I do plan on doing. But before I do that, we pay tribute at the beginning of our show to a strong woman of color. This woman of color was the first African American woman ever elected to the U.S. Congress, and was the first African American and woman to run for a bid for president of the United States. Miss Shirley Chisholm, we salute you for the work that you've done and the foundation that you have laid for people like my special guest today, and Senator Tiara Mack, and as well as my friend on today, Miss Kimika Ross. I am so happy to salute Miss Shirley Chisholm on today. We salute you. Thank you, Queen. With all that said, it is Black History Month, and let me just tell y'all, there is still work to do. A lot of work to do because of the fact that I had seen today Alabama University building honors a Klan leader. Officials are adding a Black student's name, and the Black student's name that they had chosen was the first African American to ever graduate from that establishment, and her name was Lucy Foster, who is an author and was the first student. It was in 1956 who integrated Alabama University. Currently, the building is named after a David Bibb Graves, who was the former governor in Alabama and also a KKK leader. What they had decided to do is that they're going to add Lucy Foster's name to the building to call it the Lucy Graves Hall. Okay, and I'm going to talk to Kimika a little bit later about this, but come on, are you serious? Can we not sit here and pan it? Alabama University, let's be real. Why not just give this student her own building? Name a building directly after her completely. That's it. Let's just think about Alabama. How many university championships have you won off the work of Black men? You can't give Black folk this one building by themselves without a member of the KKK? I mean, shoot, if it was John Lennon, I'd be probably okay with it, but no, it's a former member of the KKK. Shit, like, I almost swore. See, you almost got me. See, Alabama University, you almost got me. You almost got me. See, I saved myself. You almost got me cussing up in here. But we have a wonderful, wonderful show for you today. I have my good friend Kimika Ross here, and we're going to interview Tiara Mack a little bit later. But without further ado, and in the words of my niece-nephew, Coco LaFreak, a.k.a. Quan Henry, with no more dues, without further ado, no more dues. I got that all wrong. They're going to beat me they're going to beat me up later. That's fine. I'm not scared of them. One-on-one. Let's get it, baby. Speaking of which, before I bring Kimika on, speaking of fighting, yeah, I don't know. Listen, I'm going to make this plain and clear. No, I do not like French toast. I do not like it, Sam I am. I do not like it here or there. I do not like it in a box, nor do I like it with a fox. Not on a train, not on a plane. I do not like French toast. Everybody, stop trying to offer me your French toast. Ain't nobody want no soggy egg bread, okay? Ain't nobody want no soggy egg bread. What is that? Like, seriously, y'all sit there and take this bread, dip it in some egg, and sit there and grill it with the cinnamon and whatever, and it's just like, ugh. Every time I eat French toast, literally, I gag. You can eat it. Don't offer it to me. When I go to your brunch, don't get mad. I don't eat your French toast. When you offer, like, oh, we're going to order French toast. You're going to have some? No. I will have a Belgian waffle or a pancake, please. Okay? It's that simple. Oh, also, sugar don't go on grits. Without further ado, I have my good friend Kimika Ross here. Kimika.
Whoa. Come for everybody, I know.
Listen, I'm coming for everybody. Like, listen, I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
People putting sugar on grits.
I do not agree with sugar on grits.
No.
That is not a thing.
No.
People need to stop. That's not a thing. It's not a thing.
Somebody has said jelly.
Jelly on grits?
They said jelly. And my response was, you need to be delivered.
Why would they don't even? Okay, I can't even fathom that concept, but yeah, they might need to be delivered or something.
Jelly.
Jelly. No. How do you put anything except cheese and salt?
I do butter.
Yeah, butter.
I do butter. I do salt, pepper. I'll do some cheese.
Yeah.
When I'm feeling when I'm feeling frisky, I might saute up some shrimp.
Ooh.
And do some shrimp.
Ooh, Cajun grits. Oh,
Gives you some crazy. That's for my people down in the bayou, Louisiana. Come on, raise up.
Yes.
Pull up.
Nah. Some crawfish in there too. That's
listen.
bomb.
You know what? That is bomb.
Hey.
Listen.
I love
I mean, I understand grits is versatile, but my thing is like, if you're gonna put sugar in grits, just have cream of wheat.
I guess. Yeah, I haven't had that. I don't know what that is.
You don't know what cream of wheat is?
I haven't had that.
Cream of wheat?
No.
It's the only box that we had a black man on. It's cream of wheat.
I know, but I didn't eat it.
Was there with a little chef hat.
No, I don't know. I ate grits or oatmeal.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't eat.
I mean, I ate it all. It was grits. Well, we were heavy on grits. My grandmama was heavy on grits.
Yeah. That's how you you get tough,
Right? Yeah, that's
that
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. A good bowl of grits every morning. Get you that corn bed, beef, barley, NFL player. Like, goodness gracious, pick you up, scoop you up. I just had a whole flashback, y'all. I had a whole flashback.
Well, that's what. Okay. Come back to us.
I'll come back. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm
How was
managing.
your holidays?
My holiday. Ooh, there were holidays? No. No, it's good. I'm managing. I'm going through some life changes right now, so or some shifting rather, but it's going good. It's managing. It's all about adjusting.
Life changes, shift is always good.
Yeah.
It's always good. I'm going through life changes and shifting.
Yeah.
I have moved out from home and moved to
that's a big one.
I'm roommates. It's public now. I'm roommates with Taylor Neptune.
Nice. Yeah. Oh, that's the party house. Yeah.
I mean, whoa. I want my party house. We're two old men, two old gay queer men at this point.
That's exactly
we watch Golden Girls at 9:30 and go to bed at 10.
Listen, did James Baldwin drink whiskey?
I don't know. Did James Baldwin drink whiskey?
Yeah, I think so. Bourbon, something brown.
Well, I mean.
So.
Are you giving up my secrets?
Did you say it? Okay. I'm just. You telling me your house ain't good.
You know what? We ain't doing this today.
I'm just gonna drink tea.
I got some topics for you.
Let's go.
Can I get some hot topics really quickly?
Let's do it.
All right, we'll get some hot topics. All right.
What's hot?
So, first of all, I wanted your opinion because I watched your face in the background. The Alabama University, they're going to name it the
So
Lucy Graves.
Yeah, you first told me about that. I was like, oh, I guess that kind of, you could rational if you was a white. I don't know, but it just don't make sense.
There's no rationalizing that.
Yeah, I know, it don't make sense.
On.
It's far-fetched rationalization. I know. I'm a Libra. What do you
It's a former KKK member.
Yes. I mean, okay, let me not do this because then people will try to drag you. It is wrong. Give her own building, take his name off. That's the point, right? Like in your written history, you can talk about this man if you want to, but give this lady a building. Like, do you know the stuff they had to go through to attend your university, to the ancestors that built your university? Like,
I remember my aunt telling me she went to LSU in the 70s. And she had to leave LSU, Louisiana State University. She had to leave LSU and end up going to Grambling State University, which is a historically black college. Because of the fact that that's at the same time when she was going to college, David Duke was so essentially he was going to LSU, and he was going to LSU the same time as my grandmother's sister, my great aunt. So my thing is like this. My thing is to have this man Graves' name next to a pioneer in Black history. And if we're trying to get, white people to right their wrongs, for white America to right their wrongs, I think it needs to be just the Lucy Foster building.
Yeah, I mean,
Lucy Foster Hall.
First, giving folks a building, put a name on the building isn't going to right any wrongs.
It ain't going to right any wrongs, but just give Lucy a building.
Yeah, just give her a building.
By herself.
Yeah, a statue,
Well, it's not going to right any wrongs.
No.
You know what's going to right all the wrongs?
Reparations.
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 They don't want to talk about that.
Reparations. No, they don't.
They don't want to talk about reparations.
They get very defensive.
Very.
Yeah, I like the whole like time when everyone was like discovered Tulsa last year, and it was like all those documentaries came out, and they were talking to that governor, and he couldn't admit that his ancestors.
So my heart is broken.
Why?
So Malcolm Kenyatta, he got married. Malcolm.
Congratulations.
No, congratulations, Malcolm. I'm happy for you and your partner. I'm always happy to celebrate love.
Yes.
He didn't get my letters.
Oh, it's February.
I was sending him letters.
Oh, I don't want to say
any letters. I did not send Malcolm. That would be a whole scandal. That would be a whole scandal. Because Malcolm Kenyatta, for those of you who don't know, he's the Pennsylvania representative.
Yeah.
He's currently running for U.S. Senate. Announced on Saturday, he and his longtime fiance, Dr. Matthew Jordan Miller, got married. And they said, forever sounds pretty good, Kenyatta tweeted, along with a series of photos of the happy couple. The newlyweds have been together since 2016 after meeting on Instagram. Kenyatta then proposed in July of 2020, and in March 2021, Jordan Miller proposed back. Why do you make that face?
I was trying to count. It's not mine.
Kenyatta has been considered a rising star in the Democrat Party. In a landslide victory in 2018, he became the first LGBTQ person of color to be elected to the Pennsylvania General Assembly at the age of 28. At the 2020 Democratic National Convention, he was one of 17 rising star Democrats to deliver the keynote address and one of the first 3 out of LGBT people to ever do so. And you know what else? You want to know some fun fact about him?
What?
His grandfather was a civil rights activist back during. So it just runs in the blood.
Yeah. So this is like.
Yeah. So I really like him. So I crush on Malcolm. I mean, I'm very happy for Malcolm and his partner, Dr. Miller. I'm so happy for y'all.
Yes,
very happy.
Congrats.
Like, congratulations.
That's exciting.
That is love. Love is love.
Love is in the air.
It is February.
It's February. Such a beautiful month.
This isn't it?
Black History Month. Love
Single
month.
people awareness.
Hey, what that mean? What?
Single
what am I doing?
Awareness Day.
Okay. Yes. I got.
Oh no, Singles Awareness Day.
Singles Awareness Day.
Singles Awareness Day. Check out that ad. Singles Awareness Day.
Yeah, I got it. I'm following you. Why you got to tell all the people I'm a little slow? You got to put that on the.
No, I
got it. It's sad. Why is it? I would celebrate that single.
Okay, so I was told I think I have to go to commercial, but I wanted to go switch gears quickly. I got to talk about this.
Okay, let's go.
We ready? Quickly. Ready?
Let's
Here we
go.
Reference. Oh gosh. Hold on one moment. Let me sip some tea for this one.
What is this coming up? What is this?
I don't think this is strong enough. Here we go. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene. Oh, that's it. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene. Oh Lord. Go to commercial.
Listen,
Break it up. Oh God.
Does she doesn't even have committee jobs. What is she? Why are we like? What is she?
Because she's controversial.
I guess.
She is useless.
Yeah.
She's as useful as a penny these days.
Yep.
You see a penny, like, maybe if I sit around and collect a bunch a year, after a while, it'll be something. But
like, like you used to have to, like my grandfather used to have those like big old like
water
jugs, so you just put the pennies in.
You know what? It was crazy. You know what a hay penny is?
A hay penny?
A hay penny is like back in the day.
Oh no, I don't know.
They're completely outdated. A hay penny is like half a penny.
What? Okay.
So that's what she'd be, half a hay penny.
I wouldn't even waste the copper. Don't waste the copper.
We don't make you anymore. Move on. But apparently she's mad because her anti-transgender flag got vandalized.
Ooh, okay.
Okay. And we can't because...
I sometimes feel the urge to also, I don't do it, but like they get to put up their like anti-abortion signs, they're like anti-gay, like, and you like, what do you? But you get to vandalize and harass people, and they go to just do their daily business and something to get a service, and you out there like, I don't care. Go cry your white girl tears.
For beautiful, for spacious.
Left every
Yeah, that's a better anthem. That's a better anthem. But we have to go to commercial before Ken Barber comes and snatches my wig off my head. And so, with all that said, we will be right back. Hey everyone, and I am back. It is your boy Dion Sage here at the Progress Report, and I'm so excited. I get to sit down and talk to somebody who I have such a platonic crush on. Seriously. The only person to ever call in the last 5 minutes of the show, we brought them on to give us some words of wisdom, and like I have to give her that award. But she is absolutely one of my favorite people right now in Rhode Island politics, a rising star in the Rhode Island Democrat Party, and also, may I even say, possibly across the nation, the one and only Senator Tiara Mack. What's up, T? I think she froze. I think she froze. Take it back.
Y'all.
Hi, Tiara.
Hi.
How you doing?
Fox needs to get their internet in check.
Listen, it's everywhere. It's not just, listen, it's everywhere. I like the very first show we did of the season, literally in the middle, everything froze on my end. It had to kick me off. Ivan ended up holding it down. Ivan from the inner circle ended up holding it down. Hey, it just happens. But you know what? One thing I gotta say, I get you. We just keep punching through, I guess. Through this.
Yeah.
How are you doing? Let me start there.
Yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm looking forward to a few things. In about 2 weeks, we have a break from session, so I'm going to get to see some family and friends. But I am chugging along slowly but surely.
Nice. So, it's been 1 year. It's been a whole entire year that you have been Senator Tiara Mack.
Yeah.
What has that been like? What has that been like? What have been some things you've learned? Is going to be my second. And then it's a 3-part question. So what has it been like? But more so, what have you learned? And what do you think that can be improved on for the future, for the next year?
Yeah. So what have I learned? How do I like it? Is that the first question?
Yeah. How do you like
Okay.
it?
Yeah, it is. It's very strange and weird. Being the youngest, the blackest, and like the queerest person, it is definitely a different level of experience. And last year we were fully remote, and so this year we were in person. So this is my first time being on the floor and seeing the hustle and bustle about the gallery. So that I think I'm like, even though this is my second year, this past few weeks has pretty much been like my real first year because everything is now in person, which is like both fun and exciting, but so much to learn once you're in the building and have to see the people. Um, what do I like about it? So I like being able to like actually see the change that we want to see. It is sometimes like we are in year 2 of the pandemic. Some things like feel dire out there. You hear about more and more people not being able to make rent. There's like hunger and so many issues that are going on, and it's nice to at least feel most days that there is like a policy that I can introduce, or there's like something or someone to talk about it in some way to like elevate that discussion. And
What
oh
is
god,
something like you really like learned in this year? Like, you know what, this is like you didn't know. Like, this is something you didn't know at all about politics. And then you come in and then boom, like, wow, I never knew this.
yeah, that's a really good question, and I don't know if there's anything that I like learned so much as like I I don't know. It's like I have had to unlearn a lot of things. So lots of folks in at least chamber are so used to doing things a particular way, or there's a lot of systems that are like more spoken and not written down, and folks are really hesitant to change the way things are done. So I think I've had to unlearn like there's no right way to do something. There's no wrong way. I have also learned who some of the decision makers and power holders are in our state. Looking at like the executive branch, it's not just the governor. You've got you've got Secretary Jones, and you've got now former Dr. Alexander Scott as the public health administrator. But there's so many different ways to make change that aren't just legislate. It's an important tool, but I think I've come to see that there's so many other places and we've just been shut out of them. So we need to get more people to assume either elected office or statewide positions.
Mm, mm. Um, so what's going on with the redistricting committee? We are
Oh,
seeing they're trying to eliminate the rightfully elected district party committees.
yeah. So I was at the hearing earlier today. The Senate heard in the Judiciary Committee the redistricting bill. And yes, there is a lot of stuff going on in that bill. So one of the things, like you said, Section 9 would remove current elected members of the Senate district committees and House district committees. One, this is probably the most unpopular thought, but or one that not many people are talking about, but we don't need district committees. It is elected officials selecting their friends or people they know are going to support them to put a star next to their name on a ballot. We don't need that process. So it's one thing that the Democratic Party has seen that as a tool to get a power grab potentially, but it also it highlights that we have a really non-democratic process. The fact that I can elect my friends to essentially elect me is an unfair advantage for some people who know how the system works, who are outsiders.
It's crazy you say that because one of the things I ran for district committee a couple of times and didn't get district committee, and it's crazy that you say it because you would think that they force you to go out and get these signatures, but and then they tell you, oh, it's that you still have to be voted, but yet you get voted in, and then next thing you know, if that seating senator or state representative says, hey, I want to make the change and put somebody else in, they can do that. Even when we look at a city council person, I've seen that happen before with the district committee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a unnecessary process, and it's an unnecessary structure that is put in place that can be, as we see with this bill, Section 9, that can be used to elect who we want or who the machine wants. The Democratic Party in Section 9, as it's currently written, could essentially pick who the district committee is. And again, that's the committee of people who put a star next to the quote unquote endorsed candidate.
But, you know, as you and I know, the endorsed candidate doesn't always win.
Yes, we do know that.
So, at the top of the hour, we saluted Shirley Chisholm.
Yes, I saw it.
Yes, and so my question to you, Senator Mack, is you are Black History, so I also salute you. You are Black History, so I also give you a salute. But what does Black History mean to you?
Well, Black History to me is a celebration of American history and ancestry in this country. It's a time to really celebrate and to learn more about the many, many Black bodies that made this country, this world, a better place to live and to be in. It's often sad, but I think it's often sad that for most of my elementary, middle, and high school experience, learning about Black history was the same old thing. George Washington Carver and Peanuts, Rosa Parks sitting on the bus, Martin Luther King. And now that many more people are paying attention, there's so many transformative conversations. We've got more people talking about Bayard Rustin, the first queer man to be in the civil rights movement, who was standing side by side with Dr. King. You've got more people talking about Shirley Chisholm, the first Black woman, the first woman to run for presidential seat. You've got folks who, you've got more and more people talking about these like true heroes that have been lost to American history. And it's joyful. It's about like listening to like really affirming Black music. And it's not just for this month, but it carries on into like all the other months.
So staying in that same vein, because I've seen a state legislator from Rhode Island talked about critical race theory, and it had some pretty negative things to say about critical race theory. Essentially, when we talk about critical race theory, right, and implementing and putting Black history in the curriculum, Senator Mack, first, I don't want to throw any words in your mouth. What is your opinion on critical race theory? Let me start there first, and then I'll go before I give you a loaded question.
Yeah, I mean it's similar to what I'm experiencing with my sex ed bill, which I also introduced last year and went pretty much unnoticed. But critical race theory for a lot of people is a buzzword for we must dislike this because it is for people who don't look like us. And that's the large criticism. Most people couldn't define what critical race theory is, and they couldn't tell you the difference between critical race theory and what we're already learning or see in mainstream media and in newspapers and in articles. So I think like critical race theory starts a larger conversation about like words mean things, y'all. And maybe like look at a dictionary before you start popping off.
You know, I was on Taylor's show on Friday, and I had said, for me, when it comes to critical race theory, I said we've always been taught and indoctrinated in critical race theory, but has not been black and brown. It's always been white European man their critical race theory. So if you really want to sit there and think about it in that aspect, I'm gonna just flip it around. We've always had critical race theory. It's just you're upset because we coined it as a black and brown say, hey, we're going to say this is what this is. I think that's the issue. But we get in that debate a little later. I just was told and given the signal that I have to go to commercial because you know I can gab a lot and it's been a while. So with that said, Senator Mack, it's always great. And you're going to be coming back in the next segment. I see. It's been long. It's been a long time. Everyone, it's been a very long time. Going off 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Just don't remember. Anyway, with that said, we'll be right back after these messages.
My name is Brian Sims, and I'm running for Lieutenant Governor. I think every day about the values that my Army officer parents instilled in me, to take responsibility, to show empathy, to have courage, and to be authentic. I want to put those values to the direct service of the Commonwealth. I have a lot of hope when I look at the people across the country that decided over these last number of years that they'd had enough, that they looked at a lack of leadership and thought that they could do better, because oftentimes they're right. We are the antidote to broken politics. My time in the Pennsylvania legislature has taught me a lot about not only how Pennsylvania government works, but a lot about how it doesn't. It's taught me a lot about how to work with people who don't always agree with me. I think it's time for me to take what I've learned in the House and to be able to bring that leadership to the direct service of the governor. I want to be your next lieutenant governor. We need adults in the room, and I want to bring bold, visionary leadership based on lived experiences and shared values to the Commonwealth.
And we are back. I am back. It's myself, Dion Sage. I'm trying to remember the name. Sorry about that, everyone. But yes, it is Dion Sage. I'm pretty sure I'm not an android or a robot. I'm here.
Are you? Hey, okay, wait.
Oh, yeah, I'm back. And anyway, I'm here with Kimika Ross and Senator Tiara Mack, and we've been having a great conversation. This is my Black History episode. And of course, we're going to talk about some more Black history, but of course, something we love to talk about on here is Rhode Island politics a little bit. Mm-hmm. So I got some more questions for both of you. So Jim Langevin is retiring. Seth Magaziner is no longer running for governor, and is going to be running for Congress. I don't know Omar and I don't know Ed, but they've all declared to intend to run. How do you think this is going to change campaigning here in Rhode Island? I'm going to start with you, Kimika.
I think, I'm not sure how it's going to change campaigning. I mean, I guess it's going to split the party for sure, the vote. Because Omar is like, his organization is his work is like pretty well known in the community. And then you have Ed, who's like, well, both of them like Ed's like a former rep. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
I don't know who they are, so I can't really say.
I mean, I did some quick. See, I did a quick thing before. So.
Oh, you did.
And you talk about you always bring notes. See.
Yeah, you always bring notes. I'm happy about.
I did my research because I didn't know they were either.
I mean, I know Seth. I was expecting Seth to go all the way for governor.
Yeah, I don't understand
literally
why he's racist.
And that's I think for me. All right, I'm gonna get Tiara's opinion first, and then I'll go.
Yeah, don't forget about me over here at Internet Land.
We gotta have you one day. I gotta have the interview with you right here, one-on-one. I could do a Barbara Walters special, me sitting in a chair with a cup of tea.
Oh, a whole hour, a whole show.
We
need a whole episode.
A whole special? Yeah, yes. Barbara Walters special. Ken Barber, do you hear that?
Yeah.
A Barbara Walters special. Dion Sage interviewing Senator Tiara Mack. Let's get on it, okay? Let's write it down. Let's get a spreadsheet and all that, honey.
In my cup, I have to have wine.
Yes, and we need a glass of wine.
Yes.
But yes, how do you think that changed the shape of the campaigning or the election season in Rhode Island?
Yeah, I mean, it was unexpected to have a congressional seat open in this cycle. And so I think that definitely changed the landscape of both. It changed a lot. And it was also all any Rhode Islander who is in politics could talk about or can talk about still.
Right.
'Cause we have some names come out of nowhere. You've got new people, and it's already a pretty crowded field of hopefuls who want to move for some reason onto the national stage. And whew, after that insurrection, y'all, I was like, I don't know about all that.
I want to be up there.
Let me just tell you this. If I ever stepped up on a federal stage, after the insurrection, you can't tell me I ain't bringing my Glock. I'm rolling in. I'm rolling in deep.
No, I've been black my whole life, and so I've been me.
I've been training.
Just in case, if I get that call, I need you to be press secretary. All right, just know this, Mr. President. I'm coming in strapped, Madam President. Right. All right, I'm coming in strapped into the White House and the Capitol.
Locked and loaded.
But no, I just think for me, it was a big shocker to see that Seth move from being governor.
Right.
And it was like, okay, now what happens? Because now this makes it interesting for me, because the way we were predicting it, and many people were predicting it, well, what could happen is Matt Brown, Seth Magaziner end up splitting votes, a lot of the progressive votes. And who else is running?
Listen, there are too many names for me to keep.
Yeah, McKee, Nelly Gorbea, and then Helena Foulkes, who's the CVS executive.
You know, I just say CVS exec for her because I don't know who that is. It sounds rude. But
I honestly, as soon as I said, I was like, is it Helena or Elena?
Helena, I don't know who she is.
There's too many names. Like, I can't keep track of that.
There's too many. Can we just, Democrat Party, you know what? Can I just say this is a Democrat Party?
Figure it out.
Nationally,
girl.
Y'all figure this out. Like, seriously, y'all need literally, oh my goodness, y'all need like an old black mother. Too bad, Cicely Tyson, God rest her soul, isn't around to get y'all together. But
Black mom.
Because you know what always saves this country from itself?
I know, but then y'all don't want to give her power after that.
That's true, they don't.
If you give her power after that, then you will have to come back to this.
I know, look what they did to Kamala Harris. They made her vice president.
Listen. I was ready for President Kamala Harris. Okay? It's happening in 2024.
With that said.
I'm naming it.
With that said.
I'm also ready for a Justice Shirley Eiffel. So let's get that happening.
Oh, yes, the justices.
Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court is very important. Let's do it.
Listen, I'm just happy that Brian's not being stubborn in this one. Like, he's like, you know what? Let me go.
Right,
let me just retire.
Listen,
so y'all can feel this heat with another liberal. Like, I mean, I wish Boehner would have did the same thing. I loved her to death. I understand, girl. You did your thing. Thank you. But you could have did the country a great service by us not having Amy Comey Bryant. Make me mad. Make my blood pressure go up. Lord have mercy.
Yeah. I mean, and we see the consequences of it now. We've got over half the states who are experiencing abortion bans or threats of abortion bans. New Hampshire just passed critical race theory today, a critical race theory ban. Alabama, their Supreme Court case went to the for gerrymandering, went and it was denied. And I was like, y'all, these and
that means Alabama this year in the election will have to go with an illegal districting map, electoral map. This year in they have to go with an illegal districting map. That's not approved because the case is going to be heard after the election.
It's a mess.
Yeah. Yo, America.
Wake up. But it goes back to what I always say. Politics is local. When you actually look like, listen, the federal government can do this, that, and the third. Don't get me wrong. However, if the states grew some balls to literally just block a lot of what's going on, and not just states, not just states. I'm sorry. Because I can't be insensitive, because unfortunately these states that are doing are Republican-led states.
Yeah. I mean,
Alabama.
Yes. The problem is Republicans, this is a strategy they've been implementing for years now. You know what I mean? Like, and the National Democratic Party hasn't done. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying, though. Have you looked at Alabama over the last 10 years? Like, they're just going. This is a plan that's been in place.
As much as I love my home state of Louisiana.
Listen.
Yeah. I mean, you can see it all across the South.
How do y'all have a Senator Kennedy? Like, what were y'all thinking? I really want to understand that.
Wait a minute. You can ask that about Texas. How do you have a Senator Cruz?
Well, you know, Big Bird is running against him. So.
Oh, Big Bird.
Big Bird.
Yo,
Listen,
I am the Big Bird.
Listen.
Wait, what is the Big Bird?
How to get to Sesame Street? Listen.
Who do you got in that race? Big Bird versus Ted Cruz?
Oh, Big Bird for sure, hands down.
Yes.
With all that said, we got to go to commercial and come back with final thoughts. But the Progress Report happily endorses against Ted Cruz, Big Bird from Sesame Street. Thank you.
Let's get it done.
We'll be right back after these messages, everyone.
Kikipedia, your online guide to LGBTQ plus bars, clubs, and events. Find all the tea on your local gay bars. Home of the internet's most comprehensive digital drag show and virtual event guide. Visit kikipedia.app or dragstreams.com now!
Hey everyone, we are back. I'm speaking with my friend Kimika Ross and Senator Tiara Mack, and we're here for my Black History special. I'm truly happy that they're both here. You know, I'm so happy that I got to have two strong queer women of color on the show. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Right now, this show is defeating the odds out there, okay? Because normally you would have that one.
That's so true.
I'm gonna stop right there before we get completely canceled and kicked off Facebook.
No. Don't do it.
So, since it is Black History Month, I decided I'm gonna challenge the both of you to some Black History facts.
Don't do me like this. I'ma lose.
Right? Like, no, I'm so shaking over here. Like, what is
Don't shake. I mean,
I don't know. I didn't really pay attention in school, you know.
Right, I'm not a history person. I read tweets for reading. Like, I don't.
Right?
Okay, all right. How about this? I'm gonna start very easy. Okay. In 2008, America elected this man to be their
Barack Obama.
Wait. Where's the buzzer? Where's the buzzer?
Okay, all right, wait. I'm gonna set some rules. All right, this is what I'll do. We'll do.
I'm waiting. I thought we had to wait.
All right.
Okay.
That's not when it started. Wait, ready?
I'm ready, competitive.
Okay, I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 4.
Okay.
Kimika, you go ahead. Hit.
3.
It is 3. Do you want to go first or second?
Hey, that was my number.
I asked Kimika first, Senator.
We'll let the senator go first.
Okay, we'll let the senator. Okay, we'll let the senator go first. Okay.
I like
So the first question. Okay, so nix that question. That was just a practice question. Okay. All right. You ready? I don't know. This woman is credited to have sparked the civil rights movement because she refused to give up her seat on the bus.
Who is Rosa Parks?
It is Rosa Parks. There you go. See, ding, 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 ding.
Ding, ding, ding.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready. I got this.
In 2021, this woman became the first African American vice president.
Oh, Kamala Harris.
See, there you go. So, see,
Kamala Harris.
there we go. All right. Now we're gonna get to the hard ones.
The hard ones. Oh.
In 1908, this gentleman became the first African American to hold a heavyweight championship boxing title. Tiara.
1908.
1908.
So I know Muhammad Ali is a little too young for that.
Yo, it's the only name I know.
All right, I'll make that multiple choice.
And it's not Mike Tyson.
Is it Joe Frazier, Muhammad Ali, or Jack Johnson?
I mean, Jack Johnson's the only one I haven't heard of, maybe.
Right?
Jack Johnson, 1908, was the first World Heavyweight Championship.
Okay, boxing.
See, there you go. See, they're very easy.
Jack.
Ready?
I'm ready.
From 1967 to 1991, this gentleman served as the first African-American U.S. Supreme Court Justice.
Oh, Thurgood Marshall.
Thurgood Marshall, see? See, that was a multiple choice. I love Thurgood. Yeah, I gave you that one. You're lucky.
Yeah.
You're lucky on that one. Okay. You know what? This one's for you, Tiara. Ready?
Okay.
This gentleman developed 300 derivative products from peanuts among cheese, milk, coffee, flour.
Oh, Washington Carver.
Yes.
He's also the first Black graduate from, I think, Illinois State University.
Was it Illinois? Yeah.
Yes.
Illinois.
Yes. Yeah.
He was the first Black man to graduate from there. Okay, George Washington Carver.
Hey, look at him. You can do a lot of things with peanuts.
I'm going to give you your multiple choice.
Oh, let's go. I'm ready.
Who was the first Black billionaire? Oprah Winfrey, Michael Jordan, or Bob Johnson?
Ooh. I'll go with Oprah, just because, it's Oprah.
No.
Really?
It was Bob Johnson with the BET,
Billionaire?
first Black billionaire with the Black Entertainment Television Network.
Really?
He was the first Black billionaire.
I thought he didn't do it until, he sold it. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, I see you, Bob. I see you.
So, that is our quick little Black history facts, everyone. Remember, Black history is American history. So make it our business, make it our job to diligently research. Even if it's just going to Google, say, hey, what is the Black history fact for today? Or tell me something that happened in history. Or, I don't know, look up your favorite poet. One of my favorite poets, Langston Hughes. Or a Maya Angelou poem. Or look up something and read it. And on top of that, each and every day, Black history is still happening. It is alive and still well. So, with that said, we have to go to our final thoughts, even though that was a whole final thought.
It was a final thought.
Mm-hmm.
They better pay me double for this.
Hey.
I need another piece of meatloaf.
But you be spitting out gems all the time. So.
True. But yeah, you know what? For every gem I spit out, that's a piece of meatloaf I should get paid.
Piece of meat. Oh, yeah.
That meatloaf was pretty good.
It was pretty good.
It's pretty good. I was very proud. I was very proud of the meatloaf. I didn't make it. It wasn't me.
No, I can't. So don't look at me.
Yeah, sorry, Tiara. We had meatloaf today.
No worries.
Mashed potatoes.
Ooh, yeah. While you're working, we're eating.
We're eating. Sorry. Anyway, with all that said, everyone, we have to go into final thoughts. So, with our final thoughts, I'm going to start with Kimika, and then we'll go to Senator Mack, and then I will wrap it up with our final thoughts. So, Kimika, go away.
Cool. It's Black history. So I guess I would just say, for me, Black History Month is a time of reflection to make sure that I am living up to the dreams that my ancestors had for me. Excuse me. So it's a time of reflection and to celebrate and make sure that I am living out my purpose. But whatever you do, make sure you celebrate. I will also just want to give a plug. February 27th, mark your calendars. We'll be doing a screening of Ferguson Rising. Check it out. Make sure you look at the BLMRI PAC Twitter. It's on there. So have a great month. Make sure you do something. Thank a Black person.
Buy a Black person a cup of coffee.
Yes.
Just because they're Black, or tea.
Or a Birkin bag. I could use a new bag.
Yeah, those are my thoughts.
Oh, thank you, Kimika.
Thank you.
All right, Senator Mack, final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Yes, I really resonated with what Kimika was saying. Black History Month is a month of celebration. It is a month of joy. And it's a month of recognizing that our ancestors paved the way for us to be here. We are not where we want to be, but justice is on its way. I think there's just like so many like positive things about celebrating the Black community, not just this month, but throughout the whole year. Like if you look at any justice issue, Black and brown people are at the beginning of that fight. And so it's always refreshing to see like more Black and brown faces entering into Rhode Island politics, because whoo child, she needs some help. But seeing more Black and brown folks step up and want to be a part of that is really great. I am excited to see some of the movies, both heavy and fun and frivolous. But I'm also excited to keep the conversation centered on Black voices and Black experiences throughout the legislative session. I have several bills like the Crown Act and bedbug legislation, which is sponsored by the National Black Legislative Caucus. So bills that will specifically catered towards the Black community, which I'm really excited about, not only introducing this month, but also championing for the rest of the legislative session.
Senator Mack, thank you for all your work that you're doing, hard work, and following you, what you're doing. Also, if you guys want to connect with Senator Mack, make sure you look her up on Facebook. And also, she is very accessible and wonderful to talk to, actually, when you get to know her after a while. You know, when I first met her, I was like ready to like, oh no. But no, I'm joking. No, she's such a sweet. Thank you, Kimika.
Yes, a joy all the time.
So since we've been talking about phenomenal women, no, you can sneak off. You can stay right there. So, since we've been talking about phenomenal women, I was going to do the phenomenal woman poem, but I said, you know what? For my exit today, instead of being funny, why don't I read from a extraordinary woman, a phenomenal woman, and Dr. Maya Angelou, and it's a poem that I absolutely love, and it's Still I Rise. And I'm gonna read this, and then we can fade right out. And it says, Still I Rise by Dr. Maya Angelou. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still like dust I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why you beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I got oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like moons and like suns with certainties of ties, just like hope springing high, still I rise. Did you want to see me broken? Bowed head and lowered eyes. Soul is falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries. Does my hauntiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard, 'cause I laugh. Like I got gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still like air I'll rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise. Up from a past that's rooted in pain, I rise. I'm a black ocean leaping in wide welling and swelling I bear in the tide. Leaving in the nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak that's wondrously clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise. May we rise today, may we work together and love one another. Good night, Rhode Island.
Mm-hmm.